Hello students. Today we will do Social Science, History, chapter number 8, Religious Belief. In this chapter we will discuss about various of the religious belief, various of the person who were involved in it, that is Kabir, Sikhism, how Sikhism initiated. Let's begin the topic. The early medieval period in India witnessed the beginning of two powerful religious movements, that is, the Bhakti movement and the Sufi movement. Students, by the 7th century AD, the people had started worshipping a variety of gods, each religion and each community had its favorite deity. The rituals connected with worship also became more and more complicated. The ordinary people could no longer worship God directly. Students, many customs were cruel to people for lower caste and women received the sanction of religion. In response of such religious and social operations, new ways of thinking emerged. Religious thinkers held debates on true nature of religion and its meaning. They taught people that there was only one God and this God could be realized only through the devotion of bhakti. Bhakti movement. The word bhakti means devotion. This term is used to describe the bond between the devotee and the God. Spread of Bhakti movement. The earliest of the Bhakti sect was Shankaracharya. He travelled throughout India to spread the movement of knowledge as the meaning of reaching different peoples in different areas. Other important Bhakti sects of South India include Ramanuja and Madhavacharya. Saints such as Ramanandan, a disciple of Ramanujan, Kabir, Tulsidas, Mirabai, Vallabhai Charya, Surdas, Mahaprabhu, Dyaneshwar, Tukrapan helped spread the Bhakti movement. Despite belonging to different parts of India, these saints had many things in common. They believed in the oneness of God, they believed in bhakti or total surrender, they believe in the equality of all human beings. They also believed that there is a way to realize the God was through simple living and loving and serving others. They denounced elaborated rituals in the religion and spoke against superstition. They also believed that the people could pray to God in their own simple manner. Moving further towards the teachings of Bhakti sect. All the Bhakti sects shared same ideas. Though selflessness, love and devotion, one can come close to God. Purity of heart and mind was important to achieve this. Closeness to God, however, was not possible through any outward show of worship. All human beings are equal. God did not create caste nor did He create religions. Helping fellow human beings by sharing their woes is a true form of bhakti. Students, knowledge is essential to bhakti. This knowledge could be attained through a guru. Bhakti could be expressed through devotional music such as bhajan, kirtan. Jayadev composed such songs in Gita Govind. Moving further towards Kabir. Kabir was perhaps the greatest saint poet of Bhakti movement. He was born in Kashi, now it is in Varanasi. Historians know very little about his early life, but it is widely believed that he was abandoned by his birth parents and was fostered by Muslim childless couple, weavers by in profession. Kabir's philosophy. He believed in unity of God, that is, even though God is known by different names, such as Ram, Rahim, Hari, or Allah. He is one. Kabir was against idol worship, performing ritual of any kind, going to pilgrimages, and others such as outward forms of worship. He stressed on purity of character and conduct learning a life of ahimsa as opposed to the structures of superstitions imposed by Brahmins and Qazis. Sant Kabir also believed in the importance of a guru as, according to him, the guru showed the correct path to the people. He regarded Swami Ramanandan as his guru. The religion of Kabir was a religion of the heart, that is, it was called the people of all classes. He also wished for the Hindu-Muslim community and strived the harmony between the two religions. Moving further, we will see about Kabir Dohas. Kabir's short poem or couplets called Doha immensely popular. Most of his teaching have been conveyed through these dohas. These were passed down through oral tradition since Kabir did not write anything. The Kabir Vani or the Kabir was compiled of the written long after his death. The Kabir Granthwali and Bizak also contain Kabir's philosophy. The Holy Guru Granth Sahib also contain Kabir's verses, and the Sikh reverse him in the same vein as their gurus. Moving further towards the Guru Nanak and Sikhism. Guru Nanak was born in 1469 CE in Talwandi, in Pakistan. According to the historians, Guru Nanak had a spiritual qualities right from his childhood and was deducted from regular worldly life. He spent a lot of time with his spiritual and religious people. Towards Guru Nanak philosophy. Like Kabir, Guru Nanak also emphasizes the role of Guru for approaching God. He was not in favor of orthodox ritual and existing religious belief of the time. He believed in equality and criticized the caste system. He gave importance to good character. Women were allowed in his sermons, and Pudra system was discouraged. He was also commend practice like sati. Guru Nanak preached that everyone should follow a rightful path based on truth and live by honest earning, helping others, keeping good intention and serving God with complete devotion. He conducted gatherings called satsang, through which devotion to God could be expressed, and langar, that is the common kitchen where the people from all sections of society ate together. His philosophy was inspired by both Hindus and Muslims. After his death in 1539 CE, his idea led to the foundation of Sikhism. This is it for Module 1. Rest we will continue in Module 2 of this chapter. Thank you.